Hi guys, it's Frances with another short little 15-minute yoga flow for you guys. So we're going to start at the top of our mats. We're going to start by just going through one sun salutation A, just to get the body moving. So start at the top of your mat, feet are together, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. This is not fun for your hips, keep them hip distance. It's not really that important. From here, hands at your side, finding your mountain pose to start, Tadasana. Grounding in between all four corners of your feet. Maybe you lift your toes, press the four corners down. At the same time, feel that lifting action in your arches, the blade sides of your feet. Inhale, arms raise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, high to low. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out here. This might be your first down dog. This might be your 20th. It never hurts to walk it out. Look forward to between your hands. Step float or jump your way to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna take a change here. Heel toe your feet so they're hip distance. Now just let your upper body hang heavy. Soft bend in your knee, maybe a huge bend in your knee. Let your upper body just hang heavy. Head is heavy, pointed toward the floor. Finding your ragdoll pose here. If you want, you can grab opposite elbows, add some weight to it. Exhale, release your hands. From here, slowly roll yourself up. Stacking vertebrae on vertebrae. Till the head and neck are the last two things to come up. Once you're at the top, give yourself 1, 2, maybe 3 shoulder rolls backward, maybe a few shoulder rolls forward. And find your mountain pose once more. From here, hands are going to come to your hips. We're going to bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. So hands at your hips. Take a step back with your right foot. Doesn't have to be huge. And slowly shift all 10 toes to point toward the right side of your mat. Then shift the right toes to point toward the back side of your mat. You're going to bring your arms up like you're in Warrior 2. We're not going into Warrior 2. Turn your palms so they're facing the right side of your mat. Thumbs pointing toward the ceiling. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, find your triangle pose. So your toes are reaching toward the feet. Maybe it lands on the foot or the shin, but it's important that you're not leaning into your foot. It's just there as a guide, as a support. So this is a lot more core action than most people think. After 5 breaths, slowly come upright. We're just gonna pivot our right toes to face the right side of the mat once more. Left toes toward the front of the mat. Thumbs still pointing upwards. Shift the body forward. As you exhale, find your triangle on the left side. Gaze can be anywhere between the right and the left hand. If you feel more stable, eyes toward the left. If you feel really unstable, your core isn't like holding you up, use a block. All it does is bring the floor closer to you. After 5 breaths, slowly come back upright. Hands to your hips. Step forward, hands either at heart center or at your side. Take some breaths. Shake it off if you felt anything in your hips that you don't like, or anywhere, your shoulders. So hands at your hips once more. taking a step back with your right foot again, turning toward the right side of the mat. Turn those right toes toward the back. This time, we're actually going to bend the right knee, drop the left knee to the floor, and slowly find a low lunge. 5 breaths here. Now from here, you're going to have your hands come down to heart center. We're going to place the left elbow right outside the right knee. And we're going to twist toward the left side of the mat. You have your palms, and you want your palms to ideally be right at your chest. You want to be looking up so that you can stretch upward. If this is too easy for you or you need more sensation, you can tuck the left toes, lift that left knee up off the floor. Lower that left knee, rise up to your low lunge. Slowly bring yourself upright. All 10 toes pointed toward the right side of your mat. So we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So left toes point forward, bend into that left knee. Right knee is gonna come down to the mat. Now when you're on it, you don't wanna actually be on your knee, you wanna be on the part of your leg right in front of your knee, just so that we don't injure ourselves. Finding your low lunge here. Hands come down the heart center. We're twisting right elbow on the left knee. Five breaths. Slowly come back upright. Slowly come back up to the top of your mat. Shake it out in your mountain pose. Hands to your hips once more. Huge step with your right foot. Huge, huge step. We're going for a wide-legged forward fold. So, surprisingly, the wider your legs are, not easier, but more accessible the pose is. So, we're gonna start. Hands on our hips, nice tall back. Now you're gonna slowly hinge forward at your waist, trying to keep a flat back the entire way down. Once you feel a hunch, hands go down to the mat underneath your shoulders, and you're gonna try walking the heels of your hands in line with the heels of your feet, trying to point the crown of the head toward the floor. Now, like I said, the wider you are, the lower your head will be. If your head's already on the floor, try shortening your stance. That way you can give yourself a little more of a challenge. One more breath. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Hands come to your hips. Rise up with a flat back. Now we're going to do 2 more variations of that pose. This next one, hands out to a T, and as you exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Just like before, hands come underneath your shoulders, walking them down, trying to get the heel of your head, hands in line with the heels of your feet. Maybe your dog starts licking you. Now from here, we're gonna add a little tension. So you're gonna take your peace fingers and grab them, peace fingers around the big toes. If that's not available to you, hands on the outsides of the feet, maybe the ankles, maybe the calves, wherever you can go, and use that to pull yourself down. Now slowly release your grip, hands underneath the shoulders, hands come to the hips, rise up with a flat back. Last one, We're going to interlace our hands behind our back. We'll turn to the side so you can see. So, with it interlaced behind our back, we're going to be adding a shoulder stretch, trying to bring those shoulder blades together, opening up those clavicles. Now, it's nice to have it just like this. To keep it active though, try to keep your wrists and your palms and your fists, why can't I think of that word, away from your backside. So inhale, find length once more time. Exhale, forward fold. And when you're ready, after 5 breaths, slowly release your hands down to the mat. Hands come to your hips. Slowly work your way all the way back upright. From here, slowly come up to the top of your mat. Find your mountain pose. Taking some nice, easy breaths. Now we're going to go through a vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, high to low. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Try to jump through. Maybe you don't. Now we're going to take a boat pose. So, bottoms of the feet on the floor, knees pointed toward the ceiling. Hands can either be right by your hips or outright, or under your thighs. When you're ready, nice tall back. Feet come off the floor. If you want more of a challenge, raise up, straighten your legs. Try to get your toes as high as you can while keeping a flat back. And a slow count of 5. We're going to lower all the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're on our back. We're going to bend our knees one more time, just close enough that the heels can be touched by the fingers. We're going to take a bridge pose. So once you're ready, press into the floor, lift your hips up. If your hips are particularly tight, take that block you had earlier and maybe you just put it right underneath your seat bone. It makes this more of a supportive, relaxing pose to release the low back. Or you stay in your bridge pose. Slowly lower all the way down. Now from here, let your both knees fall to the right. Let both knees fall to the left. Windshield wiper your legs or set that low back. From here, hug your knees into your chest. Nice tight hug. And then from here, slowly release your feet to either hip distance or wider, legs straight, hands down by your side, palms face up. Find the last pose of this little quick hatha yoga class. Savasana corpse pose. Lengthen your neck. Make sure you have a nice long neck here. Relax your jaw, relax even your tongue. See if you can feel any difference in your body from the stretches that you've just done. Stay in your Savasana as long as you need. And once more, my name is Frances. It was a pleasure to teach you today. Thanks for letting me guide your practice. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Namaste.